Yeah, it was a little cold up there, so we decided to go to Southdale Mall yesterday, and it was the first time I've ever done it, so I was a little bit nervous. And if anyone knows me, I'm not the most talkative person, so it was a little uncomfortable for me. But I went with Dwayne and my wife Liz, who they can talk anyone's ear off. So it was nice to go with them for the first time. So they initiated the conversation, but then as time went on, I was able to, get involved and talk. It was absolutely an amazing experience, and I can't wait to do it again. People were so thankful and so gracious to have someone come up and just talk to them and just say hi. It was a melting pot of different beliefs, of different people, and it was just a great experience just to kind of hear a little bit about their faith or where they're coming from, and it really opened my eyes to see how us just going out in the community and just engaging people, how excited they were, and they were just so thankful, and they just, really liked the idea of what we were doing, and they really enjoyed talking to us, and it was, sometimes it's hard to end the conversation, which was good, and for Dwayne, it was nearly impossible. It was just an amazing experience, and I would suggest anyone, even if you are shy, just like me, that go with someone who isn't as shy and engage, and you'll find yourself, wanting to talk to more people, and it was just a really incredible experience. So I really would encourage anyone that wants to do it. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Okay, so yesterday on our way back from Southdale Mall, we were at a red light, and we decided to roll down my window and go like this to the person next to us. And the person rolled down their window and said, everybody's like, is there anything we can pray for you? And they said no. But we later passed them, and they had like a huge smile on their face, and that was just really cool to see that we probably made someone's day by doing that. So, Minnesota nice, because they're from North Carolina.
Now what happened, when you guys were praying with people, or did you interact with people at the mall too? You went to the mall? What was that like?
We went to Southdale and then Centennial Lakes.
Okay, you were able to interact with people. And how did people respond to you when you asked them if you could be praying for anything in their life? Would they beat you over the head? Did they start yelling at you? What was that like?
I feel that more elder people had like, oh my gosh, wow, like the young people are coming out of the community and actually like doing something.
But you guys had some good interactions.
Yes.
Yeah, well, wonderful. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate that. Anybody else who's up for walking? Oh my, just gonna regret doing this way. I know. Okay, Dwayne. 11 o'clock, everybody.
Yeah, it was only 15 minutes yesterday, so I'll try and keep it about a minute and a half today. But it was a great experience. I went out with Scott and Liz, and yesterday, the weather wasn't the greatest. We had rain coming down, the ground was wet, and it was rather cool. I like getting out to the neighborhoods and wanted to head that way, but figuring out, okay, not many people are going to be out. And Liz was saying, let's go to Southdale Mall. I'm not a mall person, I'm not a shopper. I haven't stepped foot in the mall in years. And so I was kind of negative, and I said, okay, well, let's do that. Okay, not knowing that Liz just didn't want to go outside because it was cold. So she wanted to be inside. But we went to Southdale Mall, and it was just great. We got there about 9:30, quarter to 10. Things were starting to open up, and people around, and people are walking, and some of the coffee clubs are together, Caribou and such. And it was very easy to interact with some of us. But, to good people, they were very open, and they were very receptive to asking about prayer. What we did was we said we had this 24-hour prayer vision, by the way. Keep that in mind in 2 weeks. I would encourage you to participate in that. But it was easy to ask them, and we got a number of prayer requests from the people we talked with. And as Scott mentioned, what a melting pot. We had a wonderful conversation with a man of Muslim faith, and I was amazed how much he knew about Christianity. And we had a long conversation, which I often do. And it was very, very good, and it was very easy to engage. Rick Cronk had told us that it's easy to engage with the Muslim faith. Their faith is very important. We have a lot of similarities. Abraham, I mean, it goes back to a lot of different things. And it was really an enjoyable and interesting conversation, really opened my eyes. So now I'm thinking, we don't have any problem in wintertime. We have prayer walks, we go year-round. I mean, malls are open and available. But it really, as Scott mentioned, really would encourage you. It's a little bit of stretching of faith, yes, stepping out when we're a little uncomfortable. Bring someone along in your small group that is a little bit more talkative.
Can I ask you, you went over to a local mosque, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but can you just tell what was the outcome of that?
Some time ago, my wife and Reed Bergen had visited the Muslim Community Center here in Bloomington and actually had contact with one of the administrative ladies there and actually got a hug from a lady last time they were there. So we're going to go back and see if we could go further and invite some of them to come to the activities here Easter week, this week. We ended up getting a name and a phone number, so I'm praying that we're going to follow up this week and actually invite them to be part of our opportunities next week.
And we don't have to only do this when we come together for official prayer walking time as a church body. As important as that is, we can do this in our own neighborhood. And I encourage you to go out in your neighborhood and just pray for your neighbors. It's amazing how responsive people are. And I think it's because when people sense that others genuinely care about them and they don't have an agenda other than to care about them, they're responsive. And it's no wonder that God so loved the world He gave His Son, because the world really needs to be cared for and the world is looking to be loved. So I urge you, take advantage of these in your own neighborhood and when we do this again. And thanks for sharing those of you who shared.